Most of us fell in love with Lucy Liu as one of the sexiest actresses during her prime. But do you know she's also been deemed a lesbian for so long after she mistakenly said too much in an interview? And these theories have affected her life in ways you'll find shocking when you watch this video to the end. But the main question is Lucy Liu really into women? Let's find out while showing you some of her rare photos. Lucy Liu was born on the 2nd of December 1968 in the Jackson Heights neighborhood of New York City. From what Lucy was told, most of us fell in love with Lucy Liu as one of the sexiest actresses during her prime. But do you know she's also been deemed a lesbian for so long after she mistakenly said too much in an interview? And these theories have affected her life in ways you'll find shocking when you watch this video to the end. But the main question is Lucy Liu really into women? Let's find out while showing you some of her rare photos. Lucy Liu was born on the 2nd of December 1968 in the Jackson Heights neighborhood of New York City. From what Lucy was told, her parents originally came from Beijing and Shanghai before they immigrated to Taiwan as adults and then to New York City, where they had her and her siblings. As a child, Lucy learned how to speak Mandarin at home, and it was not until she was 5 that her parents made her study the English language. This was fun, but nothing was as interesting as developing her martial arts abilities. As a hobby, Lucy spent hours in class studying the Kali Eskrima Silat, the national martial arts of the Philippines, a skill that would come in handy in the future. But in all of these, young Lucy never thought that a day would come when she would be seen on television until one fateful evening in the subway. According to Lucy, she met an agent in the subway who would spend hours convincing her that she was TV material. She agreed, and that led to her first commercial feature. After this, she auditioned for the University of Michigan's production of Alice in Wonderland, and this was exactly when she realized how unkind the industry was. Lucy confessed that as an Asian, it was even more difficult for her to score roles in Hollywood, but she was encouraged after she made her New York stage debut in the 1992 Fairy Bones. Lucy then had small scattered roles in films and TV, but she marked her big screen debut in the Hong Kong film Rhythm of Destiny. The following year, she was cast as a Chinese widow in an episode of the American legal drama LA Law. Her performance escaped without much criticism, but her role in the TV series was easily forgettable. However, it wouldn't be long now before her breakthrough would come. In 1997, Lucy auditioned for the role of Nell Porter on Ally McBeal, but the directors just didn't think she was good enough for the part. The role later went to actress Portia de Rossi. As compensation, a temporary character, Ling Wu, was created just for Lucy. When the scripts ran out for Ling Wu, her fans were able to secure a more permanent position in the film for her because of how good she was. In the end, Lucy earned her first Primetime Emmy Award nomination for her performance in the series. With this came even more visibility, and the next big thing for Lucy Liu was a feature in the 2000 Charlie's Angels alongside Drew Barrymore and Cameron Diaz. Lucy was an easy standout in this one. Fans voiced many praises for her fierce intensity and intelligence, which she brought to her character. She could finally put all those hours in martial arts class to good use. More doors opened, and Lucy was cast as Oren Ishii in Quentin Tarantino's 2003 film Kill Bill. She won the MTV Award for Best Movie Villain for her part in Kill Bill. After this, Lucy sustained her relevance in the industry with notable performances in shows like Joey, Chicago, Domino, Lucky Number 11, Three Needles, and many more. In 2006, the actress received an Asian Excellence Award for visibility, and the following year, she made the list of the 100 sexiest movie stars. Lucy Liu's career couldn't have been any way better. She was on a fast lane to success career-wise, but when it comes to her personal life, it was all a different ballgame. Lucy Liu's personal business has made headlines more times than she is proud to admit. From accusations of being bisexual to rumors of secret romantic connections with top industry executives, Lucy has found herself entangled in some of the juiciest scandals in Hollywood. On the issue of being bisexual, Lucy was the one who gave the public a reason to suspect her. In a 2003 interview with Jane magazine, the actress got careless and left a hint. She said, "Sometimes you just fall in love with somebody and you're really not thinking about what gender or whatever they happen to be. But it's like, how many times do I have to kiss a woman before I'm gay? Everybody wants to label people." And this became the start of a rumor that would continue for many years. But the truth remains that Lucy Liu has never explicitly spoken about her sexuality, and with how private she enjoys her life, she most likely never will. And still on her sexuality, in the past, Lucy has enjoyed the companionship of a few men in the industry, and one of them is American actor and filmmaker George Clooney. While neither of them refused to make official the status of their relationship, it was reported that they were seen kissing on New Year's Eve in 2006. But according to popular rumors, their romance started several years before, just around the time when Clooney ended his first marriage with Talia Balsam. Although many people have come out to say that what the two actors had was never serious, still nobody can deny the chemistry they shared. Anyway, just a few months after this, we stopped seeing them together. Then George and actress Renee Zellweger became official. In 2002, Lucy started another romance with producer and screenwriter Zach Helm. This was the closest she ever got to the altar because 2 years after they started dating, they announced their engagement. Fans got excited because this was Lucy's first marriage, but just a few months later, they called off the entire show. Nobody could say the real reason why things never worked out with them. All we know is that soon after they broke up, Lucy started another romance with Will McCormick. It was rumored that he was the man in her life between 2004 and 2007, but whatever they shared never grew to something substantial. As usual, Lucy pushed for a quiet separation, and her love life then went silent for 3 years. Then, in 2010, rumors of another secret romance with billionaire Noam Goatsman started surfacing. While Lucy did not exactly deny them, Noam was going to make sure that the media never had enough to pin them down. One of the extreme checks he had in place was to ensure that there were always security guards around him, and he loved to ensure that they were not snooped on. This made it even more exciting for the media, but Noam went a step further to ensure that they only hung out in his $34 million, 12,000 square foot Manhattan mansion. It was almost impossible to get to them, so the press were forced to give up. This continued until 2014, and then the news of their separation started circulating. This was reportedly confirmed by Lucy's representative. It was almost as if Lucy was getting addicted to the attention, as she would pull off another stunt that would keep her name on the lips of both critics and fans. Maybe Lucy has had her troubles with men, but she decided that it was not going to stop her from having children. Just a year after her breakup with the billionaire, Lucy announced that she was expecting a child via a surrogate. Now, this was met with a few brutal criticisms who questioned her decision to have her first child through another woman. Lucy was not going to let this one slide. She had the perfect answer for everyone who had a thing to say about her life choices. It just seemed like the right option for me because I was working and I didn't know when I was going to be able to stop, the actress said on why she decided on surrogacy. As she continued with her confession, she revealed that at first she didn't even want kids. Her love for children only started when she was volunteering with UNICEF. And after she had her child, the next big hurdle was raising him as a single mother. Lucy pointed out that she never wanted to get to the place where she had to choose between work and time with her son. So, to make both work, the actress decided to cut down the amount of time she spent behind the camera. And she was surprised at how it made the whole difference. After having my son, it's not that I enjoy my job less, I love it much more because he makes everything in my life that much more, she said. Her son recently turned 9, and Lucy is doing such a great job in protecting him from the eyes and ears of the media. Now that her life was finally falling into place, Lucy recounted a time when she almost lost everything after a visit to the doctor. During her early days in the industry, Lucy went to the hospital for regular checkups, and that was when she was told that she had a lump in her breast. It was new, and it was certainly a nightmare. Lucy reported that she went into shell shock, and the weeks that followed after she got the news were very traumatizing. She prepared for surgery, and it was not until she had the lump removed that the doctors discovered it was one big mistake. The lump was benign from the beginning, and there was no need to have the actress go through all of that. Concluding her interview, Lucy said that she was devastated and full of regrets after the unnecessary surgery, but she blames nobody but herself. "I didn't get a second opinion. I didn't have an ultrasound or mammogram. I didn't know enough. I wish I had," the actress said. Breast cancer aside, life is not usually very easy for non-American stars in Hollywood, and Lucy Liu didn't have it any different. Discussing it at the panel at PaleyFest in 2016, Lucy voiced out her frustrations on how people easily allow her identity to distract them from the quality of work she's done in the industry. "I want to be acknowledged for my work, not for my fill-in-the-blank," she said. "So yes, it's not easy. I want to get the job. I want to get the thought or the acceptance because of my work, not because I have a hyphen before my name." According to her, these attacks intensified after she was featured in Charlie's Angels, and she believes that many people were not comfortable seeing an Asian girl playing a lead role in an American show. However, Lucy is proud of the amount of work she's done in the industry so far, as she hopes that her work and legacy continue to inspire the younger generation of Asian talents. Bullies aside though, any true fan of Lucy would know that acting was never what she wanted to do with her life. From the start, Lucy has expressed a strong interest in all kinds of visual arts, from photography to painting, and this is where she's allowed to be herself without too much criticism. As a child, Lucy was always found roaming the streets of New York with a camera in her hand. She explored and enjoyed photography for a few months, but then she wanted something more. According to her, photography wasn't as expressive as she wanted it to be, so she started taking intensive painting classes at the New York Studio School. Lucy reported that painting became her hobby because there were not very many expectations from her. But over time, she experimented with other forms of art, like sculpture, silkscreen, and textiles, and all of it made acting even more difficult to manage. Lucy reported that her studio time would sometimes crash with time for filming, and it was hard at first until she discovered a secret. "I definitely feel like they are connected because when you perform, you're also in a different space and you meet different people. So the experiences you have and the environments you shoot in basically inform where you are and how you feel," she said. However, the most interesting part of Lucy's art would be what she does with them after they're ready. Lucy many times has donated her shares of profits from her art shows to UNICEF and other charity groups she's involved with. The actress is a firm believer in giving back to society, and all of that makes her even more lovable. And part of it being such a generous person could probably be because of what she believes in. Not many people know this, but Lucy Liu is an ardent student of various religions. She has studied Buddhism, Taoism, and Kabbalah. According to her, she finds all things spiritual very fascinating, and that's why she's choosing to devote a large chunk of her life to causes like these. These days, Lucy Liu is spending most of her time on the things that are really dear to her heart, like her son and philanthropy. While she is yet to announce her retirement, many fans are already getting used to not seeing her on television. Still, Lucy is expected